Hello. Okay, Arma. Ah, wala ka pa palang chapter. Kaon ka lang, sino kaya ang tika? Paano ba i-share ito? Share. Manage videos. Sunrise. Saan ba isa? Ah, Oops. Hello. Isa. Wait, ano ba ito? Ah, naninibago pa rin ako paano gamitin itong StreamYard. Salamat po kay Arman, RK Matt, Asa, Elgan, Mr. Nice Guy, Yustra K. Ganda ng pangalan, Yustra K. Hello po, Madam Nana, Honey YTC. Kumusta po yung channel? Monetized na po ba, Miss Nana, Madam Nana, Honey? Uy, pambungad si aking kapatid. Si RK. Maraming salamat. Thank you, Miss Leslie, Miss Nana. Shakti. So now I have to speak in English. English. Is this your YouTube account, Shakti? Okay, so yeah, so have to refer to English. For the meantime, those who have YouTube channels and if you want to get linked or connected with other guests here, you can just drop your link. No problem there. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Leslie, the ever supportive Miss Leslie. Of course, my brother too. Uh, so much. And okay. Yeah, so I will start my tutorial in a few minutes. I just want to say thank you first to all of you, those who have helped me along the way, uh, those who are new friends, YouTube friends, for helping me out complete my watch hours, and of course my subscribers. Thank you so much, Ms. Leslie, Arcade Mac, Madam Nana Honey, YTC. Hi, Chinsa, Mr. Nice Guy, Official, Aza, uh, Aliani. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is it Alien, Aliani, or Eliani? I still don't know how to pronounce your name. Sorry about that. Maybe you could help me out. Uh, Bakit bangkan? By the way, Shakti or Yuthra K is from India. So she actually sent me a very nice birthday song video. Thank you for that. Hi, Carl. So, Alian. So I was right after all, Alian. Thank you for the correction. So, in today's tutorial, I'm gonna, well, start with a very basic music reading. Hopefully, you would bear with me here. So I'll just have to transfer my camera to this phone. Hopefully, it doesn't fall. Oh, whoops. Sorry. I'll just remove that. I have to put work better. That's why I do it this way. So now, first of all, this is a question for everyone. So if you can read what's written on my shirt, what part of blah, 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 the music there don't you understand? This is actually the subject for this afternoon's tutorial. Good afternoon, everyone. Miss Madam Nana, are you already monetized as well? Hopefully. Just preparing for my big day. Oh, awesome. Congratulations, Chitsa. So when is your birthday? Oh, thank you. Thank you, my dear brother and my sister-in-law, KR Mac. So, there. Wait, how do I pin again? Can you help me out, guys? How to pin? Oh, I should click show there. I don't know if it's showing. Thank you. Okay. So, you can drop your link if you want to. That's allowed. no problem there. I have to cover my face because I get irritated seeing myself on the video. If you have questions, actually, you can just join me up here later. That's the link. Because we're going to start with a video tutorial on live streaming of music reading. There first. Okay, so this will be the most basic of all basics, if there's such a word. So first is of course, as one you all know, the G clef. So we have here, there. You can also just recite there if you want. You can use the chat box. So, hold on, I just need to type something. Okay. So. Okay, so now what's on the board? Thank you, Madam Nana. So we have here a note called, can anybody tell me the name of this note? Sorry for those who are a bit advanced. I'll really have to start from the very beginning. What I meant was the type of note, a whole note, yes. A whole note, or let me bring this down to a whole note, or a semi-brief. For those who are using the English term, like Shakti, because Shakti is using the one on the right side and not the one on the left. This is the American version, the English version. So whole note. So how many beats or counts does one whole note have? How many? Let me see if I get. Here's the link. You can just join me if you want. Just click this link. So if you want to join me up here. 4. So who says 4? So 4 counts. Alian. 4 also. So everybody is saying 4. Why 4 beats? Why 4 beats? Okay. You can click the link if you want to answer instead of typing. You can click the link and join me up here. So why 4 beats? For a whole note or for a semi-brief? Sorry, this one. I think I copied the wrong link. So there you go. Try this one. Those who are not musically trained or those who cannot read music yet, you're also invited to participate. So, Chensa, do you want to help me out? So the question here is, why does this whole number semi-brief get 4 counts? Let me know. Let's see. Thank you, Kanji. This is my second channel that's monetized. So let's see. Carl, do you want to help me out? So who can answer this? Why does this note get 4 beats? Thank you, Lei. Hello. Any volunteers? Any volunteers? Oh wait, how do I do this? I have no idea what I'm doing. So who wants to answer? Why 4 beats for a whole note or for a semi-brief? Thank you, Kanji. So, why? So this may be true. So this may be true. Why? This can only be true if the time signature would be, this will be true if it's a 4/4 time or a common time. A common time is where you see the big letter C before the note. So I will write this down first. C is for common time, and then that's the note. So who wants to continue? So this is only true when you have a common time or a 4/4 time signature. Because in 4/4 time, you need or you should have beats. And one beat goes to a crotchet or like a half note here, and then this will be a quarter. And then a midden and the crotchet. So, if this is your time signature, you need 4 crotchets. 4 crotchets or 4 quarter notes, or 2 half notes and or 2 minims. And of course, only 1 whole note or 1 semi-brief. So a quarter note has 4 of these. That's why we have 4 counts. But what if the time signature changes to cut time? The one like a cent or centavo sign, then it will change. Instead of having 4 notes, 4 quarter notes or 4 crotchets in a measure, you will only get 2 minims or half notes in 1 measure. So earlier, without the slash there, the long line, this is called a common time. Now with the slash there, it will be called cut time. So you're dividing actually these numbers. So 4 divided by 2 will become 2. 4 divided by 2 will be 2. So yeah, you guessed it right. Music is actually fact or math. So it's the application of your math. So 2-2 or cut time, they have only 2 counts. 2 because of that. And then what type of note gets one count? Is a half note or a minute. Half note or minute. So 1, 2, 2 counts. Therefore, this will become questionable. So earlier the question was, how many beats does this note get? All of you answered 4 counts, even without the time signature here. So the correct term would be depends on the time signature used. Because now, if I'm going to use the cut time, then the value would become different. Because 1 beat falls onto 1 minute or 1 half note. So 2 half notes will be an equivalent of a whole note or a semiquaver. Therefore, this will become only 2 counts now. So instead of 4 earlier, it was called 4. I'll remove this. Now it will become only 2 counts. So for a cut time, this will get only 2 counts. I hope this is clear. Now, what happens if I change the key signature, the time signature again, to instead of cut time, did 4/4, then the cut time. Now, what if the time signature is like this? 4/8, 4 beats, and is 4 and 8 note. It's a quaver here, then this quaver, or an 8 note. An 8 note or a quaver gets 1 count. Therefore, instead of having only 2 counts, this one will get now 8. So, in 4/4 time or common time, C or 4/4 time, a semibrief or whole note gets 4 counts. If it's a half time or 2/2, it will only get 2 counts. Now, if it's in 4/8, this note will now get 8 counts. Questions? Hello, Mr. Queen. Thank you so much. So, any questions so far? So the first, because the very basic part of music reading is to know the beats. So this one, a whole note or a semibrief, will only be 4 counts if the time signature is is a common time or 4/4 time, and then in cut time, it will only get 2 counts, and in 4/8 time, it will get 8 counts. So, are there anyone here confused already? Let me know if you are confused already. Questions? No questions yet? It's because I'm going to erase this one now. Okay. Now let's go to the next. No. Now, how many beats would you, or how many counts would fit here if you are in 2/4 time or here? 2/4 time. How many beats for this one?
2, sir.
Yes, I am a music teacher. So a half note for 2/4 time is actually, well, you will get 2 counts. 2 beats, 1 beat goes is actually for a quarter note, and since we have here 2 quarter notes could fit in the half note is missing, therefore you already get 2 counts. So here 2 counts, and then for let's change the time signature. If the time signature is 4/4, how many counts for this? Oh, sorry. Earlier it was 2/4. So since that one is 2/4, it will only get 1 count. 1, no, correct, yeah. Now here, 4/4, still 2 counts, and then same. For 4/4, 2 counts also for this one. Now if it's 4/8, this will change. If it's 4/8, how many counts for this? A half note or a minute would get 4 counts. And that would double if this becomes 16. This will become 8. Let me know if I'm too fast. Thank you for coming, for visiting Mystic Queen. This is one of my good friends also who really helped me a lot in my journey towards getting monetized. So, questions? No questions yet. So, I'll have to erase these now. I have to move faster. Okay. Let's stick to 4/4 time for now. 4/4 time. So the upper numerical block value is for the number of beats. Number of beats. And this one, the lower number is for the type of note. Type of note that gets the beat. So 1 beat here is for a quarter note. Therefore, like I said earlier, like that, then that will be 4 counts. Now, if we have 2 of these, 2 counts plus 2 counts equals 4. This one is 4 counts right away. Now here, the crotchets or quarter note, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So that's how you count that. And then, if we still want to continue, there are 2 more. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or here we can actually connect those. Now here, down here, still the same 4/4 time. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 8 notes. With one simple 8 note, you write it down with 1 stem and 1 flag. 1 stem, 1 flag. But you can also connect the flags together if you have 2 or more 8 notes. So here, I've connected those 2 flags here. Now here we have 2 flags. That means these are 16th notes. Okay, these are summer quavers. And then if you connect those two flags together, that's where you see those bars are. Those are actually the two flags. Here, one bar, here, two bars. Of course, one stem. These are now the 16ths or semiquavers. So 4 counts for this, 2 counts each, 1 count each. Here it's 0.5 or 1/2. All of them up to here, 1/2 count, and then here, 1/4 count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So far, these are the known values for 4 time. Of course, they all change when we change the time signature. But for today, we're going to stick only to one time signature, which is 4 time. Are you still with me? Let me know. You can type your questions if you have any. For those who are already up here, okay, hold on. I will have to remove those who are not going to recite yet to make room for those who want to come up. So how do you do that? Okay, so any questions so far? Any questions so far? None? If none, then I will continue. So let's then go to the next part. So still 4 time. So now I'll give a simple melodic line. Okay, so what are the types of notes? Thank you, Rexter, for dropping by. So, what are the type of notes we see here? We have a minim, we have a crotchet, 2 crotchets, we have 3 crotchets, another minim, so 2 minims, 3 crotchets, and 2 quavers, or 2 half notes, 3 quarter notes, and 2 eighth notes. So again, how many counts here? 2 counts, 1 count each, 1, 1, 1. Now here, 2, and then 1/2, and 1/2. So now, you all know what a conductor is. It's the one you see in front of an orchestra. It's always showing its back to you. So, but today I'm not going to show my back when I conduct. So simple conducting all the 4 time is 1 going down, 1, and then to the left, but you see me pointing to the right, I guess. So I'll have to put it this way. 1, and then there, and then here, and back up. But the counting of 1 is not 1 here. So 1 up to that point, meaning the value of a note, let's see, if it's like a long line here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4. So the counting here is 1, 1, 2, 3. The 4s again, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So one note gets 1 count, only the quarter note. So a quarter note, the volume of a quarter note is actually from here up to number 2. Meaning, if the speed is very slow, 1 is actually counted as 1 until you reach that point. 1, then the 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, why am I saying that? Because a lot of beginner students, when they start reading notes or trying to put values in their notes, they actually count like 1, 1, 2, 3, and then the 4, then they start over again instead of trying to finish the whole value of this one. So if I'm going to play this in the violin, and it's over here at the back, sorry. So if I'm going to play this one, it's not. Some of you maybe or beginner students would do it like without giving importance to the length of the first note and the first note of the next measure. Why? Because the length of these two notes actually would extend from 1 to up to here. So you only change both once you reach the third beat, meaning you will count it like 1, 2, and then on the third, just before you say 3, that's when you change both. So 1, 2, 3. If it's even slower, if it's 1, 2, 3, that's when you change mode. That's when you go to the next one. And one count, if it's really long or very slow, would be counted as, we'll start here, 1, 2, it's not 1, and then you're gone. And then 2, and then you're gone. You need to sustain up to the next beat. So the starting point where you change was actually the next beat. So beat 1 extends from 1 to 2. 2 is actually the starting and the ending, well, the ending of the first beat. So 1 extends to 2. At the same time, 2 is the beginning of that beat and extends to 3. I hope this is clear. It's a little bit tricky trying to explain it in words or in statement. So 1, 2, 3, 4 counts. So 1 would travel from here to there. If we're in a very slow tempo, 1 count would be 1, 2, 3, meaning as long as you haven't reached that point yet, then the first count is not over yet, or 1 count is not over yet. So 1 count extends from here to there, and then from here to there. So when you count, it will be 1, 2, that's the beginning of the next count. 2 is not 1, 2, you're stopping in between. So sustain that note, you have to extend it until this, the third beat, or the starting point for the third count. So 1, 2, 3, that's when you count. 4, 1, 2, change on the third. 3. Okay. Questions so far? It might be tricky now. Let me know. This is a very simple melody. So let me erase those numbers, those fractions down there. So, of course, we all know also that this note is called Do or C. C or Do. Now, when you're learning music, it is pertinent or it's very important that you also sing these notes. It's not enough that you know that this is C. You should know how it sounds like. So if you have a reference, a tone, for example, you have a violin or any musical instrument, play that note. And then, since you know now the pitch, you will have to sing it. You have to train your brain to register the pitch of the harmonia, to register the correct pitch of each note. So now, since you heard the pitch of C, you'll have to sing it, sing it, sing it. Because in the conservatory, that's how we do it. So you will be given simple melodic line like this one, do, and then you will have to sing the rest. If you cannot read the notes that fast yet, it is advisable to write down the names. So let's say do, and then this is mi, write them down. And then in the conservatory, we call this one sol, Italian, and then fa, and then re, and then this one, instead of T, we sing it as C, and then back to do. So first, know where the placement of the notes are. If it's one lagging line below the first line, and the note is just right there, it's called do or C. I advise you use the solfa syllables, this one, because these are easier to sing. It is easier to sing solfa syllables than singing the letter names. Letter names are quite tricky to put pitch into them, or the intonation of the tones if you're going to use the letters. So I suggest the solfa syllables. So now do, no. So it depends on your voice. If you're a female, of course, you will be singing on a higher register, like do. That will be your pitch, perhaps. But of course, for guys, with do, it will be easier. So do. Then you need to train your brain how to sing the notes before jumping. This is too low. Right now, here. So one exercise for this is actually very no space. So the do here, and then the re. So just sing the scale first. So the pitch is already here. Do, then sing the scale going up and down and back and forth. So do, re. You all know the sound of the scale. Well, maybe 99% of you. So do, re, play music in tune if you can sing them also in tune. Therefore, you have to train your brain how to sing in tune, even if you don't have the voice. It doesn't have to be with a perfect vocal technique and all. You just have to tell your brain that this is the pitch of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. So now you already heard the scale. Hopefully it registered. So the pitch now is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, and then back do, si, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, and perhaps faster do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, si, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And then you can do some variations. You can start with do, re, mi, fa, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, la, sol, la, si, la, sol. So up to you. You can start very slowly while trying to master or to intone the right pitches of each note. If you have piano or keyboard at home, it's easier because you can easily hear the different pitches. But you will really have to train listening to the tones you're singing. So if you're not sure about the tones again, thinking that maybe you want lower or higher, you can play your instrument again. And then what you can do also after singing it in uh, scale wise, singing them scale wise or in succession, you can also do some leaping or yeah. So you can skip one note in between. So do re mi so mi do. So up to you. You have to train your vocal cords to sing in pitch. Doesn't have to be a perfect, beautiful technique. Just one scale, one octave scale is enough. And then you can start using different types of notes like quarter, a whole note, or whatever. So now from here, of course, I took, well, except for this one, because it's one note lower than the tonic here, you can start singing what's on the upper staff. So this is for 2 counts. Let's start singing. It would be song like do, mi, so, fa, re, si, do. So why is this fast? In one beat, I need to sing 2 notes. So 2 notes should fit in one beat because one quaver or one 8 note gets one half of a beat only. So now for one beat, we need 2 of those. So for one beat now, if one beat is this fast, then we need 1, 2, we'll sing 1, 2, 1, 2, re, si, do, re, si, do. So do, mi, so, fa, re, si, do. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, did you get that? Thank you so much, Mystic Lady. Thank you for your help as well. Hello, Charmaine and Raxter. They're a couple with 2 lovely kids. Okay, so any questions so far? Questions? No questions? Hopefully, one of you could join me here, try 1 or 2 to sing the melodic line here or the melody on the board. Actually, these notes are too low for my voice. Maybe I should, let's change this. Too low for my voice. A little bit difficult for me. So, how about that? Alright, let's change it to this. Okay. Challenge who wants to join me in singing this one? Shakti, Carl, Chunsa, Kanji, Romeo. Hello. Hello, Nana. Oh, yeah, a lot of accounts. So, how do we sing this? Earlier, we already sang do, re, mi. Now that is the beginning note. So mi, fa, sol, re. You have a D there. Mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, re. So that's your pitch. So mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, sol, la, si, do. Hopefully that. So open Ireland. Okay. So difference in pitch. Okay, so like what I said before, when you can sing the music in front of you without playing a musical instrument yet, especially in a violin, then you could easily play it afterwards. Because if the sound of the melody is already ringing inside your head, even before playing it, then you're in a good track. Because that's how you should be as a performers, as musicians, should be able to sing the notes just by looking at them. So this one is, well, I just wrote on a melodic line at random, but I was able to sing it. Why? Because I already know and I've trained myself before, well, back in the conservatory, how to sing them. So with correct pitch, do, re, mi, that's the starting point. Mi, fa, sol, re, si, do, sol, la, si, do. Now the counting. One count is for these two. So one count, one half plus one half, and then this one is one whole count. So this is now the second beat. Now those two, the third beat, and then the fourth beat for that one. And then here, first beat, the second beat, those two, and then 3 and 4. So now with me conducting while singing, yes, that's how we do it in the conservatory. So this is how we do it. Mi, fa, sol, re, si, do, sol, la, si, do. If you can conduct and sing those notes at the same time, then you won't get lost. Why? Because this is actually your metronome. Mi, fa, sol, re, si, do, sol, la, si, do. Of course, if you sing it like twice already or 3 times for this 2-measure phrase, you can easily memorize it and then just try perfecting the pitches. So, mi, fa, sol, re, si, do, sol, la, si, do. And then let's create a simpler melodic line. Perhaps a slower one. Okay, 3-measure phrase. So, who wants to join me? I'll just play the last note. That will be your reference for all the notes. So this is your do. If that's your do or your C, do, you can actually get all the pitches already. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. You have all those pitches now. But then you're going to sing starting from here. So do, sol, do, re, mi, fa, sol, say do, sol. Who wants to try singing this one? Come on, raise your hands. I noticed that the classroom, I don't give you grades anyway, so let's just try. We can be more proactive, guys. Come on, we have to train your voice. When you play violin, you really have to train your vocal cords to sing in pitch. You have to sing the notes. If you cannot sing the melodic line, you won't be able to play a music piece with proper interpretation, perhaps, but most importantly, you won't be able to sing it in tune. So, first step, when you have a new piece, try reading it, intoning all the notes there. You have to sing it. So, this is in C major. What if it's a different key? But that will be a more advanced subject. So, let's try this one. Who wants to try this? Let's see. Who wants? Shakti, do you want to try?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes, sir. In A major scale?
You may. Amazing. So, can you read the okay. You're not going to play it on the violin. You're going to sing it.
Okay.
So put down the instrument.
It's
You're going
G.
to sing this. Okay. But yeah, or you don't need solfege chords. There. So I'll give it a pitch. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. So there's your pitch. So 2 counts. So 1 on fire. So la. Okay, again. So la. So
G, F, E, G, D, C.
So, Shakti. Yeah, that's the problem, Shakti. It's difficult to sing the letter names. There's no way you can sing letter names, especially if it will be more than an octave already. If the C here goes up to C, up there, it will be very difficult to sing. So start training, reading the solfas, using solfa syllables. So sol, la, sol, fa, mi, sol, re, do. You have to sing in tune. I'm going to accompany if you want. You're not going to play this. You're not going to play the violin. You're going to sing it. Okay? So let's try. This is sol. So read first. Just recite. Sol, la,
So, la,
sol, fa, mi.
mi,
And then sol, re, do.
do.
Yeah. So the phrases is sol. So I'm going to accompany you. Difficult to read. Yeah, so sol, and then la,
La. Okay.
and then back to sol,
Okay.
and then fa,
Fa. Okay. Mi,
sol,
so,
sol,
re,
re,
okay. Do.
re, and then do. Okay, so I'll be the one playing the melody and the violin while you sing the notes. So now.
So, la,
One, two, three. Wait for me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
so, last. Oh, sorry, sir.
Again. Okay. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So, la, so, fa, mi, so, re, do.
Okay. So you will have a lot of training to do, Shanti. So let's start reading first the scale. So sing the scale going up and down. You don't have to play it in the instrument. Okay, you just have to sing it. Train your voice. Because in the future, if you can sing any music or any exercise, you can easily play it on the violin. So it's sol, la, sol, fa, mi, sol, re, do. Sol, la, sol, fa, mi, sol, re, do. You will have to train your voice a lot. And then when you read music, it is also important to use a metronome so that you won't go faster nor slower than the designated tempo. So 1, to this metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, off. Okay, now with the syllables without the pitches yet. Sol, la, sol, fa, mi, sol, re, do. Okay, now with the pitches. Sol, la, sol, fa, mi, sol, re, do. Thank you. So now, to remind you, when starting to read music, you start singing the notes right away. It's not just reading with the eyes. You have to train your ears right away. Even if you're not a violinist, even if you can only, even if you're playing piano or guitar or any instrument, when you start reading music, you always have to sing the notes because that's training your brain for it to be able to give you the right pitches in the future, especially when the notes get faster or the music gets faster. So how do you train? By singing the scales. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. You can add a little bit higher if you want to. Yeah, because like in the conservatory, this is the basic pitch we have. These are the ones we have there. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, re, mi. So up to there, we always train like that. And then going faster and slower, and then combination of the note values. So far, any questions? Because I'm actually teaching you solfege at the same time. So reading music through sight singing. Now, how do we sing this one? Okay, so now we have to group them according to the number of beats. One beat to those notes, the second beat, and then, oh, I need one. Let's make this happen. So 3 and 4, and then all those four, first beat, and this one, second, and then the third beat for those two, and the last beat. So one count, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Ta ta ta. So it's, if I clap the rhythm, the pattern here it will be 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One. Now, if you're going to sing it, do, mi, fa, la, do, si, la, si, do, re, mi. Okay, so that's easy. It should be easy when you see a simple melody, you should be able to sing right away. So let's see who else could join me here to sing as well. Thank you, Shakti, for having the courage, for the bravery. Okay, who else? Who wants to join me? Carl, are you there? Is Carl here? Or Kanji? Or Chunsa? Who else? Kanji, do you want to try singing this one or is it too fast? It can be a little slower if you want.
Mm,
Uh-huh.
I think I can.
Okay, can you please try? Please try.
Uh,
One.
Alalang
Okay,
yun.
that's one, one, two, three, four.
Okay. Again, sir.
One, two, three, four.
Do, mi, fa, la, re, mi, fa,
Up.
re, do, si, la,
Do, si, la, si,
re, do, si, la, si, re,
do.
do, re, mi.
Okay, once more. One, two, three, four.
Do, mi, fa, la, re, do, si, la, si,
Do,
re, do, si, do,
do. Oops.
do, mi, do, mi, fa, la, re, do, si, la, si, do, re, no, re.
Okay, one is
Maliit yung screen eh.
do.
Okay.
Too small. Sorry. Okay, so it's
Yes po.
do, mi, fa,
Do,
la,
mi, fa,
re, do, si, la, si,
re, do, si,
do,
la, si,
re, mi.
do, mi,
Okay,
re, do,
one, two, three, four.
do,
One,
mi, fa,
two,
la, re, do, si, la, si, re, do, re, mi.
yes, once more. One, two, three, four.
Do, mi, fa, la, re,
Up,
do, si,
up.
la, si,
Do, do, mi, fa, la. Do, mi, fa, la.
ah,
Do, mi, fa, la.
mi, fa, la. 1, 2, 3.
Do, mi, fa, la. Re, si, la, si. Do, re. Okay, ready? One, two, three, go. Do.
Do, mi, fa, la, re, do, si, la, si, do, re, mi.
Yeah, you have to be careful though with the pitches intonation. So,
Yes, sir.
do, mi, fa, la, re, si, la, si, do, re, mi. Okay,
Yes, sir.
one, two. Okay, one last time perhaps. One, two, three, go. Do,
Do, mi, fa, la,
mi,
re,
fa,
do,
la,
si, la,
la,
la, la,
re, do, si, la, si,
re, do, si, la, si, do, re, mi.
do, re,
Re,
mi,
mi,
do, re.
re, mi.
Yes, much better. Thank you so much. So, who else? Thank you so much, Kanji. Who else want
Thank
to
you,
try
sir.
this? Thank you for the courage. Who else wants to try? Any more? More volunteers? This is a little bit trickier than the previous one.
Same pa rin yung ano sir, yung nota.
Yes, same note. Unless you want a new one.
No lang sir, no. Sige, try lang sir.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
Do, mi, fa, la. Again. Do, mi, fa, la. Re, do, ti, la, ti. Excuse sir, pwede makita yung notes.
Sorry. I'm typing the.
Okay.
Sorry, there.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Okay, sir. Try lang, sir. Do, mi, fa, la.
One, ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Do, mi, fa, la. Re, do, ti, la, ti. Do, re. Medyo mataas kasi yung ano yung nota sa la, sir. Do, re, mi.
Yeah, you don't sing T for sofa syllables. It will be very difficult once it gets fast. So you have to say C.
C.
Okay?
Okay,
C. Because if you're going to sing that like a couple of times, like in succession, and it's very fast and so difficult to pronounce, it will be C. So I'll play it in the violin. So. One, 2, 3, go. Do, mi,
fa, la. Re, do, si, la, si. Do, re, mi.
Oops, again. Do, mi, fa, la. Re, si, do, re, mi.
Do, re, mi. Re, do, si, la, si. Do, re, mi.
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 Yes. So again, beginning. Sorry, I'm just typing a message. Okay.
Do, mi, fa, la. Re, do, si, la, si. Do, re, mi.
Re, do, si, la, si, do, re, mi.
Do, re, mi.
Yeah, so.
Do, re, mi.
Yes, much better. So this is very important when you're playing violin to be able to sing the right pitches. Why? Because once you can sing it even without playing the instrument yet, then you're going to tell your fingers, hey, this is the right pitch because this is how it's ringing inside my head. It should sound like this. So you're actually giving command to your fingers, or your brain is telling your fingers, hey, this is the right pitch. You have to follow this pitch, the one in my head. So you will have to do the proper adjustments. So that may be going a little higher or a little lower. But then if you're just relying onto finger positioning, then you won't be able to play perfectly in tune. Well, nobody's perfect, so why practice? So it's easier to learn new music, new exercises when you sing the passage or the exercise or the scales. The proper training is always to sing the scale before you play on your instrument, especially the C major scale, the one down here. Practice that. Once you're good, once you can sing this easily, then you can do a transposition using exactly the same sofa syllables, but then in different pitches. So let's say, for example, you want to play this now in D major. So if it's D major, that means they're one note higher or one whole note higher. So the re now will become your do. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. Do, re, do, re. This now movable do. The re becomes your do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, re. Okay, so you just transpose it, singing exactly the same syllables, not singing re, mi, fa, sol, but singing do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. So earlier the scale was. Now re is your starting note, so re will become your next note. Re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. So now we can transpose this melodic line to D major if we sing the do with a D pitch. So do, mi, fa, la, do, si, la, si, do, re, mi. So one note higher. That's how easy it is for you to transpose in the future if you could easily sing the scale and scale. Now you can actually transpose this also into, let's say, D flat. So that's in between. This is D. Now D. One half step lower. So. That's your new pitch. So, do, mi, fa, la, re, si, la, si, do, re, mi. This is one half step lower. Or if you want, if this is too high for you, you can start singing the first note at this pitch. So B flat. It's quite low for me. That's now your new do. So sing the scale again. Too low for me. Do, mi, fa, la, re, si, do, re, mi. Yeah, too low for my voice. See, you can easily transpose any melodic line or any piece by applying the movable do, especially in the violin. So I always tell students to just master one scale. Why? Because it's exactly the same intervals when you go from one position to another. So like what I'm doing now, even if it's just one position, the well, I'm doing a third position based on A flat. So let's just say this one. I'm starting at A flat, thinking it as my new do. So. And then you apply exactly the same intervals, finger intervals, when you go to other notes. If you want to transpose it to E, it's A flat, A, B, then that's your E. Or if you want to transpose it to C, exactly the same intervals here. This is my do now. And then C sharp. And then D. D sharp or E flat. So learn one scale, master that scale, and then start transposing it, going to other positions. Well, of course, you need to practice the changing position exercise in Rimoli. Once you're done with that, then you can easily play all the major keys that you want. So you can actually play instead of doing it here, fa. You can also apply the same finger intervals here as your new C major scale, starting on F. And then if you want to start on C here, go. If you want a higher position, this is F. That's my technique actually when I was still an intermediate. And then you can go to any position you want already by only mastering one scale, which is one octave of C major scale, while I mastered A flat major scale when I was your level. So. I mastered that one, and then I transferred to any string I wanted. So, and then I also went here. You can go to any positions you want already once you mastered it. Oh, thank you so much, Mystic Knight, for the super sticker. Yeah, I have to include. Guys, you can also connect with our super chatters if you're trying to grow your channel. I'm giving the link here. Now I need also to get the link of the Mystic. TV. And so here it is. Please connect with them if you want to be serious about your vlogging endeavor. In the future, they could also help you grow your channel. So they've been very helpful in mine. So you might want to connect with them. So my super chatters are Karamak, Miss Leslie, well, my brother RK, and Mystic Knight TV. So thank you so much for the unwavering support. So now back to what I'm saying. You can choose the scale you want. I selected A flat because that's the first scale in the Rimoli where you could where you go from one position to another. So 1 to 3 and the 5th position, 1, 3, 5 position. When you transfer, you cross to the other strings, you apply it there, but it's not only that. Instead of just crossing to the other strings, you can also apply the same finger intervals to any point you want on the G string or D, A, and E. So I'm going to apply now the same technique using the E string. No, the A string, sorry. So on A, that's the harmonics, just to get the correct pitch for this one. So, okay. Then you can play the scale perfectly too. Well, maybe close to perfect because I need practice. So what else? So what? Of course, I cannot teach you just in one sitting or in just one lesson how to perfect reading the music. So first thing you need to know, memorize your scale using solfa syllables. So 1, solfa. syllables. So why solfa syllables again? Your do, re, mi. Because you can easily transpose do, re, mi to any pitch you want. You can easily sing any piece you want if you memorize the solfa syllables. This is much easier to get the right pitch. You can easily transfer the right pitches to the solfa syllables rather than singing the latter names. It's difficult to sing C, D, E, F. That's so difficult. It doesn't tell you any specific pitch that would register to your brain. But normally, if you sing a melody, you would always sing do, re, mi, fa, and that is automatic. The moment you see do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, you can actually intone those notes already. That it's a scale going up and back down. All you need to do is try to sing that in tune. At first, it will be difficult, but since there are so many apps now, you can just correct the pitches of your singing. So, including also the metronomic speed, you can play or you can sing in a slower tempo or faster tempo, depending on how fast you want to sing it. So, so for syllables, memorize the scale going up and down, and then try doing skips and leaps. Leaps meaning there will be more than one or two notes that you skip. So skipping is just one note in between, but leaps will be two, three, or four, or even going to the octave from here. Do, do, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So when you sing, you don't have to have a very nice voice. What's important is that when you're training your singing or your solfege, you have to sing in tune. Always have the tuner in front of you. You have to intone those. The moment you've memorized how the sound is like, once you've perfected it, like you've already told your brain like 100 times, this is the sound of do, 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 do. This is the sound of re, 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 mi, mi, and all of those. The moment you start practicing your exercises, like the subject, the first four notes of the first measure of exercise one, it's la, si, do, si. Then you can easily imitate those pitches inside your head, telling your fingers to play the pitches that you hear there. So, la. Okay, so that's how easy it is. First, intone. So trying to get the perfect pitch of each note. And then what we did earlier, divide the beats according to the type of notes you're using. A half note or a minim gets 2 counts. If you're in 4/4, it will get 4 counts if you're in 4/8, and so on and so forth. So you need to master also how to subdivide the rhythms or the valuing of notes. So review the time signatures and the note values. It's just an application of math anyway, they're fractions. So if you could, this is actually the best exercise, or if you have kids, that's how you will tell them how to apply fractions, learn music, because music is fraction or music is math. Okay? Even the way we get the key signatures and all, they're all number based or math. So for syllables, the scale, and then the beats, you have to respect the speed that you start with. So if you establish a speed for your singing or for your practicing, then do not go faster nor slower. You have to keep that. You have to respect the tempo you've started. And what else? So 1, 2, and yeah, One last thing, you will have to look for new pieces, maybe not as difficult, and start singing them. I recommend you look for a solfege book. So I'll write down, hello, EAD Arts and Photography. Yeah, this channel, she has a lot of beautiful photography photos actually in her works. So I would recommend you look for solfege book. Solfege book. So Tannhäuser, the one we used way back. That's the one we used way back in college. The solfege book is to train how you sing. It could, well, you can also try singing just the melodic line of a beginner piano pieces. I think that's easier to look for. Just sing the notes. If you have those twinkles, don't play it on the piano or don't play on the violin. Sing them. And then try registering all those notes. And then what else? What did I do back then? Yeah. So when I was also training how to subdivide those notes, the number of beats and all, I always did conducting. I always conduct with the sound of a metronome because it will really guide you. It cannot be faster nor slower. So if you're going to sing this normally, you should be doing do, mi, fa, la, re, si, la, si, do, re, mi. Okay, so that's how it is. Any questions so far? Is this too difficult? Too complicated? Hello, biker moms. So let me know if this is actually difficult. Because for me, this is the most basic way to read music. Well, with regard applying technique to the violin, that's what I meant. So who else? Okay, so I think we'll have to end this live stream very soon, unless there are questions or clarifications. Thank you for the volunteers earlier, Shakti, always, and Kanji. Yeah, thank you for singing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you tried your best. It wasn't easy for sure. Because everybody here actually listened to your voice. And yeah, and who else? Chunsa, maybe you want to sing? No. Okay. So, any questions?
I know only the Western scales, C, D, E, F, G. I don't know the silver scales.
Yeah, okay.
Like
Let me write
so
down the sofa syllables. Let me just give me a minute. So, write down the sofa syllables with the notes. So, wait. All of you. Oh, okay. Choose this way. Oops. So, do. And then back to do. It's just an octave. It might as well. So, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. And practice it going up and back down. Do, si, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. You can do it this way though. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, sol, fa, sol, la, sol, la. Si, la, si, la, si, do, si, do, si, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Dear, if you know that song. So, or faster. Do, re, mi, fa, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, si, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So, you have to sing the scales in tune, because you will also have to play the scale on your instrument in tune. You cannot sing nor play scale which is not in tune, because it's not going to help you at all. It's just going to make things more difficult if you memorize and practice the scale without having the correct pitches or the proper intonation for that. So, any questions? So learn the division or the fractions for your beats and rhythm for the time signature, and then memorize this. There are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 so far syllables. They just repeat, yeah, just 7. Because the last one is just a repetition of the first one. So if you can memorize 7 tones, then you can sing all the notes already. Okay?
Notes.
This is all you need. You can just transpose it to any starting tone you want. It could be here, or lower, or really high up there. So up to you. So, questions? Mark, are there more questions? Because next week we will have to do another session for, masterclass. Um, this will really benefit those who are still beginners. Well, actually, not just beginners, because if you're also an advanced or intermediate student and you want to have your piece checked, or if you want your performance to, well, get a little bit better perhaps, then you can just volunteer and play it, and we'll help you out technically and then artistically. So yeah, let me know if the music is advanced. You can give me a copy of the music sheet at least a day before or at least 2 hours before, so I could give you the proper technique for that piece. And for you can also, yeah, for sure, a lot of you are playing Suzuki pieces. I should not say that here in live. But yeah, I know some of you are playing that. If not most of you, then you can also perform it. And then I will just have to give you the required technique to play it better. We can do it that way. And what else? I think that's it. So thank you for staying here. And yeah, for the warm greetings for, yeah, my channel having been monetized already. Yeah, in the future, you can also show your support by clicking the dollar sign. All up to you. Or stickers there. Anyway. So what else? For your assignment, I would say learn a scale in Rimoli. Yeah, any scale there. You can also perform that next Friday. Learn one major scale, sorry, because you might learn a minor scale. That's a little bit more difficult. So, what else? Okay, so it's time to thank all of you for joining me and for participating in this live stream. Let me see if I can read all of them one by one. EAD Arts Photography, Carl, Ivan James, Karas, Charmin Lay, Sanal, Mystic Knight, uh, Rackster Clicks, Biker Moms, Romeo, Bitashe, Junior, Yunatsu, Mystic Lady, what's Ria? Oh, Ria is here. I didn't notice her. And then, who else? Mystic Queen. We have a queen. Kanjiru Minamoto. How do you pronounce it? Kanjiru Minamoto. Lei, hopefully still here. Yeah, Uthra, that's also Shakti. Chensa, of course. Um, Marie Grace O'Haris, Kairmak, and then Rada Gonzalez, Alien Bonifacio, RK, my brother, and then Miss Leslie with her unwavering support. She's always supporting me. Well, all of them, my super chatters, they've been very supportive. And then Nana, Honey, YTC. Oh, who else? I'm too slow in reading. Mr. Nice Guy, official. Carry on, Mark, who else? That's it. So thank you very much. So I will see you hopefully next Friday. So same time. So bye for now.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.